Imagine if a computer could spot something wrong, I mean really wrong, inside your body, like signs of a serious illness, before any human doctor spots it, sometimes finding things that even the best experts might miss entirely. That's not science fiction anymore. It's actually happening right now in healthcare. Today, we're diving deep into artificial intelligence, specifically how it's changing medical diagnostics. We're going to unpack how AI is really starting a new era of health. And by the end of this, you'll understand something pretty fundamental about your future healthcare, something that honestly 99% of people haven't even started thinking about yet. Consider this your shortcut to getting up to speed on the real cutting edge of medicine.
Yeah, and it's fascinating why AI is so perfectly suited for this. I mean, just think about the sheer amount of medical data. It's overwhelming. Every scan, every X-ray, MRI, it's like a digital tsunami, right? For doctors, trying to interpret all that information, it's incredibly tough. There's fatigue, pressure. And that's really where AI steps in. It's not about replacing doctors, not at all. It's about giving them, well, superpowers, essentially, enhancing their ability to see what's going on, its main advantage. Analyzing these huge, complex medical image data sets faster and sometimes more consistently than any human possibly could, finding patterns we just can't see.
Superpowers. I like that. That really paints a picture. But okay, to really get it, we need some real world examples, right? Let's see it in action. Okay, let's unpack this. This is where it gets really interesting. So when people think AI and diagnostics, I guess radiology is the first thing that comes to mind.
Absolutely, and for very good reason. Our sources, they show these advanced deep learning models. They're detecting problems in X-rays, MRIs, CT scans, and the accuracy is, well, it's pretty astonishing.
Astonishing how? Like as good as a human expert.
Often, yes. On par with expert radiologists. But in some studies, in certain critical areas, it's actually better. And if you think about the bigger picture here, it's not just about speed, although that helps. It's really about the precision, spotting those very early signs of things like cancer or tiny fractures, things that, might get missed, especially when a radiologist is under pressure looking at hundreds of scans.
Right. Human fatigue is a real factor.
Exactly. And AI doesn't get tired. It looks at every single pixel with the same level of detail every single time. So this precision means catching diseases much, much earlier when they're most treatable. That leads to better outcomes for patients, better prognosis, and practically speaking, lower treatment costs too, because you intervene sooner, maybe less invasively.
It's a shift from just reacting to being more proactive.
Precisely. But, and this is important, it's still a tool, an assistant. Human oversight, absolutely essential. Making sure the data is good, interpreting the context. Think of it as a really, really good co-pilot.
The co-pilot. Okay, so that's general imaging. But what about the really tricky stuff? The subtle things that even specialists might struggle with. That seems like the next frontier.
That's a great point because, some of the most dramatic results are in those specialized fields. Take ophthalmology eye diseases. Google's DeepMind AI, for example, it can identify conditions like diabetic retinopathy from just a retinal scan. And its performance, it matches human specialists.
Wow. Okay, that's impressive.
But here's the kicker. Scalability. Think about places with limited access to specialists, like a small town maybe, or a rural area. It doesn't matter if it's India or the US. Getting to see an eye specialist can be hard. With AI, a standard retinal scan done locally can be analyzed almost instantly with expert-level accuracy.
So it brings that top-level expertise anywhere.
Exactly. It democratizes access, allows for early intervention for diseases that could cause blindness if missed. It's like having an expert eye everywhere.
Okay, and it gets even more dramatic than that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Neurology. Because I saw this stat. AI tools detecting epilepsy brain lesions with a 64% success rate on cases radiologists had already looked at and missed.
Yeah. Get this, 64% on cases previously missed. It's staggering. Think about what that means for those patients. Years, maybe, of uncertainty, incorrect treatments. And what's really fascinating there is the augmentation. It's not just replicating human skill. It's finding new patterns, picking up on things humans might not perceive in the data. This drastically improves how quickly and accurately doctors can diagnose things. For someone with undiagnosed epilepsy, finding that hidden lesion, it can completely change their life. Targeted treatment instead of just, guessing.
It's like finding the needle in the haystack that wasn't even visible before.
That's a good way to put it. Catching the untouchable, almost.
Okay, so we've seen AI in radiology, in specialized fields like ophthalmology and neurology, improving accuracy, finding missed issues. Let's bring it back to the listener. What does all this tech mean for you, for your personal health journey? What are the real tangible benefits?
Well, the bottom line for you, I think, is pretty straightforward, but really powerful. It means earlier diagnoses and more accurate diagnoses.
Which translates to
Better outcomes, better
what?
prognosis. If you catch something serious, cancer or degenerative disease sooner, treatment works better. It's often less invasive, higher success rates. It also usually means lower treatment costs in the long run. Catching things early avoids more complex, expensive interventions later, and something we shouldn't underestimate, reduced patient anxiety.
Yeah, the waiting and wondering.
Exactly. Knowing sooner and with more certainty what you're facing, that's huge.
Yeah.
It reduces that awful period of uncertainty and worry. It empowers you with information much faster so you can make decisions.
Absolutely. And it feels like it's not just about one diagnosis here and there.
Yeah.
It's more fundamental. A shift towards healthcare being more proactive, more tailored.
Precisely. More personalized, more precise. We're moving away from just waiting for symptoms to show up.
Which is where that 99% of people haven't considered this idea comes in, right? Because most of us are still thinking about AI finding existing problems. But the real leap is predicting your individual risk, years in advance maybe, before anything is obviously wrong.
That's the direction things are heading. Using AI to analyze all sorts of data points, imaging, genetics, lifestyle to build a personalized risk profile.
A personalized health roadmap based on signals hidden in your own data. That is a game changer. Okay, so let's quickly recap. We've seen AI is already making waves in early diagnostics and imaging. It's boosting accuracy in radiology, sometimes even outperforming experts. It's helping specialists, like in ophthalmology, bring expert analysis worldwide. And it's finding critical things, like in neurology, that might have been missed. And the payoff for you. Better health outcomes, lower costs, and less stress thanks to earlier, more accurate, and potentially predictive care.
Right. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, what we've talked about today, finding disease, that's really just one piece. Imagine AI not just finding disease, but helping prevent it by understanding your specific risks way ahead of time, or even designing new treatments tailored exactly to your biology. Identifying tiny health changes long before they become big problems. The potential for truly personalized, proactive medicine is, well, it's just starting.
We've definitely only scratched the surface today, just focusing on diagnostics and imaging. Next time, we're going to dive into how AI is shaking up other areas. Things like supercharging drug discovery, finding new medicines faster, personalizing treatment plans beyond just diagnosis, and even tackling the administrative headaches in medicine. You really won't want to miss how these technologies are building a healthier future in ways that are, frankly, pretty mind-blowing. But, with all this power comes big questions. How do we manage it? Ensure it's used ethically, integrated safely. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss our next deep dive. It's going to be essential listening as we explore those challenges and the road ahead.